finish. What a flurry to end the first. 15 straight points. Zion spins, shot blocked, swatted out of bounds by Anunoby.
Just made the New York Knicks NBA title contenders, and even though some fans may not initially understand it, there is a clear reason why a recent stretch of play from one of the most important Knicks has turned everything around. While this also impacts Jalen Brunson heavily, and fans continue the discourse on Mikal Bridges as he's had an up and down run recently. Mainly, he has not been playing super well and has not been getting a whole lot of points up on the board or scoring efficiently. But I'm going to give you guys a reason to not be concerned about that as the playoffs loom closer and closer. Where things stand for the New York Knicks right now, it's no secret that they can really still jump up in the standings. The Boston Celtics are right ahead of them right now, and the Knicks do have a chance to jump in front of them still and get that second seed. If they do, obviously it changes who they will end up having a matchup against in the playoffs, because it does get based off of none other than the play-in tournament, which for the first time ever won't feature the Bulls, but still likely will feature both the Hawks and the Heat. But we need the Hawks to lose a few games, so that can still happen, so we can keep having that go. Not the point, though. The point is, the New York Knicks just had something happen to them that is making them true title contenders. And guys, if you want to feel like a title contender, subscribe to Knicks Digest so you don't miss a single update, because we do have videos like this coming out every single day. But the thing that's made them title contenders is Josh Hart, who has been with the Knicks for a while. So it's like, all right, well, it's Josh Hart. We know he's great. He's a beast. What's the thing about him? The thing is, something has changed about Josh Hart. And because of that, because of this new change to Josh Hart, the Knicks are not going to have a problem that they've had in years prior, specifically last year. And that is his shooting. Now, Josh Hart, we saw from none other than the excellent Christian Winfield that Josh Hart came into the year with a finger injury on his right hand. Yet he's having his best three-point season of his career, and now he's close to a Guinness World Record. Hart has made 9 threes in a row, and the Knicks, they're 12-1 when he hits 3+ threes. Now, it's not just the fact that Josh Hart hitting threes means he's scoring more and that he's shooting more efficiently and that one of the best players on the Knicks and one of their most important players is shooting better. All those things are true. Obviously, they're helpful. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that they're not helpful. What's helpful about Josh Hart doing this is that now what we see is a guy who is confident in that three-point shot. And that makes all the difference for this Knicks team. Because when Josh Hart is confident from three and hitting at 40%, if teams put opposing big men on Josh, so Karl Anthony Towns is being guarded by a forward and that big comes to double Cat, if Josh is open from three, he's just going to hit them, and the Knicks are going to be able to shoot a million open threes because teams are going to try to shift coverage. And the Knicks, who have been good at beating as shifting defensive coverage to get the open man all season long because Mike Brown is very good at that. Honestly, what's going to happen is this is going to be a team that right now has been the most efficient defense in the NBA for the last 2 months, having some of the best three-point shooting in the NBA playoffs, which leads to the Knicks going to the NBA Finals. Now, Christian Winfield broke this down further, and here's what he had to say on it. He said, Hart is having the most efficient three-point shooting season of his career, and it's coming at a time when the Knicks need it most. The numbers underscore the impact. The Knicks are 12-1 this season when Hart makes 3 or more threes, compared to 26-18 when he makes 2 or fewer. They're 22-7 when he attempts at least 4, and 14-5 when he gets up 5 or more. Now, Hart is shooting 39.5% from deep on 3.8 attempts per game. His efficiency trumps the career mark he set as a rookie when he shot 39.6% with the Los Angeles Lakers on 3.1 attempts per game. And it's not just Winfield taking notice. His teammates are taking notice. And his coach, Mike Brown, said he makes things happen on the floor. And what I like more than anything else is teams leaving him wide open. And he's letting it fly. He works his ass off when it comes to shooting the basketball. He works really hard at it. And it's good for him to show people the work that he's put in. And it's clear that Josh has been putting in work. That's no secret as well. So, I mean, Mike Brown totally right on this front. You can't just imagine that this is happening randomly. It's not. That's not how this would work whatsoever. Now, at the same time, Karl Anthony Towns said, I mean, he's actually shooting. He's not hesitating, so that helps a lot. But Josh is a special three-point shooter. I think he has to trust his shot more. And I think that's what's happening. He's trusting his shot more, and we're finding him in his spots and giving him a chance to shoot the ball. And he's shooting it with confidence. When you add that, he becomes a 3-level scorer, while Jalen Brunson says the most captain thing ever by. He's been in the gym. He's been working on his game. He's been consistent with it. And so when you're consistent with your work, that's what happens. We all know what he's capable of. He's just got to go out there and continue being himself. There's no secret that Josh Hart has been being the best version of himself whenever he can hit the three ball. It just adds another layer to his game. As Kat said, it makes him a multi-level scorer. And also, just quick sidebar, the way that Karl Anthony Towns' energy has changed this season from the beginning of the year to where we are now is just so awesome and so impressive. And he deserves a ton of credit for that, because Kat was someone who looked like he was having some confidence issues, and those are long gone now. But Josh Hart has been having a good year all season long. I mean, you can't really argue with the numbers that Hart has put up this season. You can't ask for much more from a guy playing 30 minutes per game to put up 12.2 points, 7.6 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 40% from three, getting a steal per game, and 51% from the field. I mean, what else could you really ask for from the man? In points, he's in the 72nd percentile in the league. In rebounds, he's in the 93rd percentile in the league. In assists, he's in the 91st percentile in the league. In steals, he's in the 87th percentile in the league, while shooting in the 85th percentile from three-point range. All these numbers are showing that Josh Hart truly is that Swiss Army knife that the Knicks need him to be. There's not a bad area of his game. He does not harbor an area where it's like, this is a bad thing that could negatively affect us. Last year, it was his three-point shooting. This year, that's a weapon for the Knicks. A weapon that makes a 5-out so much more dangerous with the Knicks. And when you have that true 5-out, Karl Anthony Towns is going to be getting one-on-ones at the rim. Jalen Brunson as well super benefits from this. Look, JB, we know how the Knicks want to work. They love those spray threes, as Mike Brown calls them, which is when you drive to the paint and then kick it out to a corner three. It's a very, very good play in basketball. It's a very, very easy shot from three. It's the closest shot when you're shooting three balls, so it's why the corner three is so important. Now, Jalen Brunson, he is going to face, just a litany of defenders throughout the NBA playoffs. The one thing is, usually JB's not being guarded by one guy. It's no secret he's the guy who initiates the offense for the Knicks. He's their shot creator, he's their leader, he's the engine that makes this team go. But at the same time, in past years, he has been guarded super heavily by entire teams, and he's figured it out for the most part as long as he's been a Knick. He's had 5 defenders on him and just figured out a way to still get buckets. But now, when he goes to the paint, if anyone helps off, if Towns' man helps off, if Hart, McHale, OG's man helps off, all of a sudden, that's a 3 being hit. And I understand that people are a little bit upset with McHale Bridges right now and the way that things are happening. And I get that, and it's fair. I know he's struggling. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like he's not. But it's not like he's been bad all season long either. We saw stat defenders say the fewest points per possession. This is important because we're still seeing Mikal Bridges be an excellent defender throughout this time. But the fewest points per possession giving up when guarding ISOs in 2025. Jalen Duren's first, Buzelis is second, Mikal Bridges is third. He's still one of the best defenders in basketball. Also, KD and James Harden being there. Wow, good for them. But overall, and then also Mikal has usually started games hot. 50.
History appears to be repeating itself for the New York Knicks, but this time the circumstances couldn't be more favorable. The Knicks are well positioned to advance deep into the playoffs with a realistic path to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the foundation for that run looks remarkably familiar. A few years back, one of the biggest Knicks storylines in nearly a decade unfolded in the first round of the playoffs. Now, 5 years later, we may be watching a remake. Current NBA standings suggest the Knicks are heading toward a rematch with the Atlanta Hawks, the same franchise they faced in the 2021 postseason. The Knicks are returning to the playoffs for the 4th consecutive year and 5th time in 6 seasons, which is genuinely unprecedented territory for a franchise not known for sustained success. Both rosters have been completely overhauled since that 2021 series. The Hawks no longer have Trae Young, Nate McMillan, Clint Capella, or that entire core. Meanwhile, the Knicks have replaced the Randall, Barrett, Rose era with Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, and Deuce McBride. Mitchell Robinson is the only remaining Knick from that series, and he didn't even play in it due to injury. Sports Illustrated recently highlighted Atlanta's remarkable recent stretch, noting the Hawks have won 14 of their last 15 games, fueled by a deep rotation and strong defensive efficiency. They've managed to pull away from the Eastern Conference's middle tier, with Nickel Alexander Walker emerging as an efficient scoring weapon, alongside Jalen Johnson. The publication also acknowledged New York's elite defense, which has ranked top 5 all season, and noted that while the Knicks previously fell victim to Trae Young in 2021, he's long gone, and stars like Brunson have historically neutralized that style of team attack. Atlanta does shoot the three-ball well, connecting at roughly 37% on high volume, which gives them some ability to hurt New York from the perimeter. However, their rebounding is a notable weakness, one the Knicks can exploit heavily. Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns together form one of the most dominant rebounding duos in the league, and in a potential matchup, that advantage could be decisive. If the Knicks face Toronto instead, it's almost a foregone conclusion. New York went 4-0 against the Raptors this season, and it wasn't close.